Hello everyone, welcome back. Today again we will be doing with a new chapter, that is Outcome of Democracy, that is your chapter 14. Okay, so this is the last second chapter. Okay, so in this Outcome of Democracy, okay, we all know what democracy is and what democracy gives to the people of the nation. Okay, democracy is, giving much of freedom kind of a thing to the people. Also, when we have democracy, we have various kind of we expect various things from our democratic form of government, or we expect various things from the democracy that we have. Okay, so see, in this chapter we will go for assessment, okay, or we will go for reviewing or checking, okay, in terms of what is our type of expectation from our democracy. Okay, so in some cases our expectations are too high. In some expectations, of in that when we compare democracy, it's very low. Okay, so it should not be very high nor too low. Okay, it should be in a very reasonable space or area. Okay, when we assess democracy, we should have a reasonable point of view, or we should be in the middle. Okay, not have too high expectation or not too low expectation. It should be in the form of middle. Okay, it should be in a very lukewarm phase. Okay, so that is how we should be. Okay, so most of the time, okay, and comparing to India is a democratic form of government. Okay, so here in this democratic form of government, what happens is, okay, the interests as well as the people have the faith in a democratic form of government. They believe in democracy. They want a country where it is democratic because it gives free will to the people, and they can also criticize the work that is done by the government. Okay, unlike the democratic form of government. But when people have democracy, they are also not satisfied with the work that are being done by the democratic form of government. Okay, because they are not fully satisfied with what the government is doing, or how democracy is being run, or how democracy has been used in a country. Okay, so we both have the good side as well as the bad side as well. Okay, so basically in this chapter we'll be doing an assessment or review of the outcome of democracy, how it is being run. Is it good or is it bad? Okay, and next, okay, most of the people generally agree that democracy is a better form of government. Okay, because we will just assess in the following pointers. Okay, number one, it promotes equality of the society and the citizens. Okay, because see, if you are living in a dictatorship of country or a government, okay, you will not be able to move freely, you will not be able to speak freely, you will not be able to do anything freely. Okay, you have to take permissions. You cannot just write rubbish, you cannot just write anything on the press. Okay, all will be monitored. So here, okay, in a democratic country like India, everyone is allowed to move freely from one place to another, write freely, can speak out to the government. Okay, everyone has the equal rights. Okay, so it is a better form of government. Number two is it improves the quality of decision making. Okay, when you have a democratic form of government, decision making, okay, you make a decision, and then it is not that whatever decision you make will be that. Okay, people will give criticisms on the decision that you take. People will criticize you on whatever you do. Okay, and when you are being criticized, you will become more better. Okay, so when you are making in terms of decision making, okay, it improves the quality of the decision making made by leaders as well as by people. Okay, number three is it provides scopes and mechanisms for resolution of social conflicts. If any kind of social conflict arises in the country, okay, in a democratic form of government, what they can do is they can solve the problem easily without making any hasty decisions. Okay, number 4 is it allows ample space for correction of mistake. Okay, if any kind of mistake is been made or done, okay, by the people all around you, okay, then they will control as well as change the thing. Okay, it gives us ample space and time to correct our mistakes. Next topic is accountability, responsiveness, and legitimacy of the government. Okay, so democracy is not an end to itself. Okay, democracy cannot be good all the time. Okay, it has its own goods and bad. It has merit and demerits. Okay, good and bad side of democracy is there. It is not always that democracy will be good and forever will be good. It's not like that. Okay, democracy has a good side as well as bad side as well. Okay, and democracy is accountable to the government. Democracy, okay, it remains accountable to the government as well, because democracy gives its citizen the rights. Okay, so whatever happens, okay, the citizen needs the government. Okay, and the government should also take care of the people living in the country or the state. Okay, next is responsiveness. Okay, because the people will voice out, people will demand the government should be there, okay, to fulfill the needs of the people in a democratic form of government. Okay, legitimate, when we talk about legitimacy, okay, the government is appointed, okay, by the people. Okay, so it is on a legitimate ground that the representatives are elected by the people. Okay, it is according to the law that the people are elected. Okay, so the next is okay, advantages and disadvantages of democracy. Advantages of democracy is that people elect their leaders. Okay, people elect their leaders in order to be ruled by them. Okay, so the rulers in turn should remain accountable. They should look after the people and fulfill the demands of the people according to the people's need. Okay, so that is considered as the advantages of democracy, where they can coexist as well as they can look after the demands of the people. Next, we have the disadvantages. So in the disadvantages, okay, the democracy. Okay, democracy takes time in decision making. Okay, so what happens is, in a democratic form of government, they cannot decide things in a matter of seconds or in a matter of days. Okay, they need to be deliberated and discussed. Okay, they need the opinion of the citizens. In order to change the law, they will need the opinion of the people, or they will need the opinion of people present in the parliament. Okay, so decision making takes time in terms of democracy. Okay, and also RTI, right to information. Now, when we have a democratic form of government, or when we have democracy, we have right to information. Okay, which is called as transparency, where citizen can question the government about the decision which has been taken. Okay, so here, when everything is transparent, people oftentimes criticize or ask question to the government. Okay, in terms the government find it difficult to answer. Okay, and here in democracy, election is also considered not fair. Okay, because we can see a lot of things happening during the time. Votes are being bought by money is being used at large during election. Government also does not like sharing everything to the people. Okay, in times of democracy, okay, government, okay, does not like sharing everything, giving out all the information. Okay, and corruption is very much prevalent in a democratic form of government. Okay, we can see that a huge number of corruption is taking place both in the national as well as in the state. Comparing our state also is in the same level. Next, in terms of economic inequality, okay, people, okay, in a democratic form of government, instead of the economy increasing in our country, it is declining. Only the rich people are becoming richer, whereas poor people are becoming poorer and poorer. And it is estimated that people living in dictatorial form of government, okay, they are their economy is boosting more and more comparing to that of a democratic country. So this is also one of the disadvantages of democracy. Okay, so dictatorship or dictatorial countries grow more and more. Okay, also they have given some pointers, okay, some pointers why economy is not increasing, okay, because of population growth. Okay, India is a populated country. Okay, because of the population, people are suffering, people are not getting jobs. Okay, and here economy is falling down. Number 2 is global situation. Number 3, international cooperation. Okay, in terms of relationship having with different countries, this should also be strengthened, or else it leads to the downfall of the economy. Next is economic priorities. Okay, government should emphasize on economic priorities as well, or else the country would not be successful. So these are the pointers, okay, or which are the disadvantages of the democratic form of government. Okay, next class we'll be dealing about reduction of inequality and poverty, and accommodation, as well as factors to sustain democracy in India. Thank you and have a nice day.